Today, we're going to talk about assigned seats or spots. To do or not to do? That is the question. You like my little Shakespeare quote? Okay, maybe not. But still, I like incorporating fun little things. So today we're going to talk about assigned seats. But first things first, before we do that, I just thought I would introduce myself again for those of you who might be new around here. I'm Andrea Oram. I am a music teacher for pre-K through 12th graders, as well for homeschoolers. I am freelanced. I don't teach for a school, and I teach some private lessons too. And actually, I love mentoring new music teachers. So people who are new to this whole world, or people who are switching grade levels, because I teach the whole age range, and so if people are new to a certain level, they need a little bit of help with that transition, or who are just wanting to move from public to freelance like I did and need some guidance in that direction so that you don't make some of the same mistakes that I did when I switched from public to freelancing in 2020, because we all know how 2021. But I made it and I'm thriving, and here we are. So anyway, I digress. I want to talk about assigned seats today because it is a hot topic in the teacher world. And music teachers have a lot to say or not say about this topic. So a couple of things to consider. I don't automatically say yes or no to this question. Should I assign seats or should I give assigned spots? I don't automatically say yes or no. I ask questions because, truth be told, I have some of the groups that I work with who do have assigned seats and some that don't. And that's because I'm asking these questions before I decide to do assigned seats, simply because I like giving students the option to have choice when I can, and sitting in a certain spot could be one of those choices if they can handle it. So here's question number one. Can they focus in the place that they choose? If the group is big enough, or if there's certain kids who just don't mesh well together, but they end up next to each other, those are two reasons why it might not be good to have them choosing their own spots, right? Or they just could be really excited, chatty kids, right? And not saying that chatty's bad, but chatty can be can be not helpful in the classroom setting. On the flip side, if they're able to stay focused when they choose where they sit, why not let them, right? So that's one big question that I ask. A second big question that I ask is there a specific reason they need to sit in that formation or that layout or that order? And with my middle schoolers, for example, my choirs, my high schoolers, I need them sitting in a certain place for choir purposes because they're singing different parts with different people, right? So if these people decide to sit over here today, but they sing different parts, or these groups of people sing the same part, but they're not sitting next to each other, and we're learning a new piece of music, that can be really challenging for the people who struggle to hear their part and stay on their part, right? And there's reasons why we move around sometimes, or I will move students throughout the semester within their part or something like that. But I don't fully let those students pick their own spot or pick where they're going to sit, because we have specific learning goals that are attached to them sitting in a certain formation, right? So that's a big other reason why I do have assigned spots for my older choirs, because they're singing different parts. They're singing more than one part. So it's going to be too tricky for them. So if I do days where I say, hey, you can sit wherever you want, I have to say you can sit wherever you want in your section. So like you can sit wherever you want on this side of the room, or you can sit wherever you want on this side of the room if you sit on this side, right? Or if you are this voice part for these two songs, sometimes I have kids switching parts or whatever, then you can sit in this, you can choose where you sit in this section of the room for today or for this part of the rehearsal, right? So I try to still give them choices, even though it's more limited because of the function of our group and what we're learning. So it has to do with learning goals and learning ability for lots of my questions. But on the flip side, in my 3rd and 4th grade choir, if they can stay focused, they're all singing the same part, why not let them pick where they sit sometimes and give them more choice, right? Or with my younger kids, with my K through 3 general music class that I teach on Tuesdays, I have like 25 kids in that class. Have I ever given assigned seats? No. There's been times when kids were too crazy or chatting or whatever. And so I said, hey, I need you to so and so and so and so, these two kids, to not sit next to each other today. We are struggling to make appropriate choices during class, right choices during class. So today you need to not sit by each other. But I'm not assigning their seats. I'm giving them a goal or a guidance around where they sit, but not telling them where to sit. Does that make sense? So overall, that's worked really well for me. Again, depending on the group of kids you have, that may not work, right? Even with your younger kids or your third and fourth graders who are all singing the same part, it may not work just based on the makeup of kids. And other years, that's been different for me too. So I'm just talking about this specific year in the specific situations I'm in right now, but that's definitely not been the case in the past. And if I do give assigned seats, I try and change things up as much as I can, right? So with my younger kids, I try and change it up at least at the semester. If I was on trimesters, I tried to do it on the trimester. That was really hard when I had, 20, 25 classes of kids to try and keep track of all that. So I didn't do it usually as often as I wanted to, even though I wanted to. But I did make changes as was needed for the benefit of everybody and the benefit of learning. So does that answer questions? I hope so. Let me know in the comments if you do assigned seats or if you don't do assigned seats, why you make those choices, because it'll help all of us learn. All right. If you are watching from the new and freelance music teacher community, thanks for joining me this morning in this video. If you're not in that community and you're like, man, I like this kind of conversation, I like talking about these types of things, it's real talk. And it helps me, figure out what I'm doing. You can check out the link in the description of this video from wherever you are watching so that you can join us if that seems like a good fit for you. And if you are watching on YouTube, you should hit the subscribe and the comment, say hi or something, because we'll be doing a giveaway once we hit 100 subscribers on YouTube. So that's kind of a win-win for everybody all around. All right. But have a great rest of your day. Thanks for checking in with me and talking about assigned seats. Have the best rest of your Wednesday. Make it a great day. And I will catch you again tomorrow morning. Bye for now.